Good evening, everyone. Councilman Roman, can you hear me? Okay, just double checking. Okay, good evening, everyone. This is the council meeting of November 10th, 2020. Notice of this meeting stating the date, place, and time has been disseminated as required under the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975. In addition to publishing the annual meeting schedule, electronic notice was provided on November 6, 2020 to the local source in the Star Ledger, noting that the meeting would be conducted through the Ring Central program and containing information on how to access the meeting. The same information was posted on the city's website, Linden TV, and the bulletin board, and the front door of City Hall. Copies of the agenda, finance report, and personnel reports are also posted on the city's website and Linden TV for the public. This meeting is now called to order. Mr. Clerk, can you conduct the prayer and flag salute?
God of the universe, look thou with favor upon these here assembled, and bestow thy guidance upon the members of the governing body in their deliberations. This we ask in thy name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now, 1 second, Michelle is texting.
Okay, members of the public who may be attending are on mute until the public hearing on ordinances or a public comment portion of the meeting. If you wish to be recognized, please use the raised hand icon in the program to identify yourself. You will then give your name and address as at any council meeting. Failure to do so will result in your being muted and not recognized further. If you are registered more than once, you will only be recognized to speak one time under your first registration, as with any council meeting. When public comment is open, the ability to register will then be closed. Okay.
Yeah, I know, we need to put it back out, but you were thinking.
And Councilman Armando's here.
Okay, Mr. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Mrs. Ormond,
Here.
JAVICK,
Here.
Caldwell, Mohammed,
Caldwell's excused.
Mr. Mohammed,
Councilman Mohammed on there? Okay.
Cosby, Roman,
Roman's here.
Mr. Roman,
Councilman Roman?
Present.
Strano,
Yeah.
Blaine,
Here.
Medina,
Here.
Hickey,
Here.
Mrs. Yamakitis.
Here. Okay, can we have approval of the minutes of the October 20th, 2020 regular council meeting?
Council President, I'd like to request approval of the minutes of the regular meeting held on October 20th, 2020, and request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond,
She's shaking her head yes.
she's got it.
Yes, yes.
JAVICK,
Yes.
Roman,
Yes.
Strano,
Yes.
Blaine,
Yes.
Medina,
Yes.
Hickey,
Yes.
Mrs. Yamakitis.
Yes. I'm just going to ask for a housekeeping note. When we're going to do a roll call for a vote, if all the council members will unmute at that time, we'd appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, we're moving on to ordinances on hearing. Okay, we're starting with ordinance 6452.
An ordinance to amend an ordinance entitled, an ordinance establishing a schedule of titles, salary ranges, and regulations for maintaining the classification and salary standardization plan of all employees of the city of Linden, passed August 15th, 1995, and approved August 16th, 1995, adding Schedule 4007.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone who wishes to be heard on this ordinance from the public? Please use your raised hand icon. Okay, seeing none, could we have a motion, please?
Council President, I'd like to move that the hearing for ordinance number 6452 be closed,
All right, I got you on speaker again.
and I request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond,
Yes.
JAVIK,
Yes.
Crosby? This is on 6452, ma'am.
Oh, 52, no.
Roman,
Yes.
Strano,
Yes.
Blaine,
Abstain.
Medina,
Yes.
Hickey,
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis.
Yes. Okay, ordinance 6453.
Ma'am, just Mrs. Crosby, for everybody's benefit, is having trouble signing on, so she's on speakerphone to the speaker in this room. Okay. An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7, Traffic, of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the city of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the council of the city of Linden, Section 1, that traffic, Chapter 7, shall be, and the same is hereby amended as follows: 7-33 handicap parking regulations, 7-33.1A handicap parking on street. Add 515 Cranford Avenue, 1 spot. 101.8A University Terrace, 1 spot. 16A University Circle, 1 spot.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Please use your raised hand icon. Charlie, do we have somebody here? Do we have a raised hand? Okay. Okay. Seeing none, could we have a motion, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to make a motion to close the hearing on ordinance 6453, adopted. Ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond,
Yes.
JAVIK,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Crosby,
Yes,
Roman,
Yes.
Strano,
Yes.
Blaine,
Yes.
Medina,
Yes.
Hickey,
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis.
Yes. Ordinance 6454.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $55,000 for the acquisition of Wistar Waste Management Software hardware for the Division of Public Works, and authorizing the issuance of $52,250 bonds or notes of the city for financing part of the appropriation.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone who wishes to be heard on this ordinance from the public? Please use your raised hand icon. Seeing none, could we have a motion, please?
Council President, I'd like to move that the hearing for ordinance number 64-54 be closed. Ordinance adopted, and I request a second. Second.
Mrs. Ormond,
Yes.
JAVIK,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Crosby,
I abstain.
Roman,
Yes.
Strano,
Yes.
Blaine,
Yes.
Medina,
Yes.
Hickey,
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis.
Yes. Okay, ordinance 6455.
An ordinance amending Chapter 7, Section 20, entitled One-Way Streets. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, 7-20 one-way streets. Add West 15th Street, east direction from South Style Street to Southwood Avenue. Add Alexander Avenue, north direction from Dill Avenue to East St. George's Avenue.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone that wishes to be heard on this ordinance from the public? Please use your raised hand icon. Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I'd like to make a motion to close the hearing on ordinance 6455, adopted, and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond,
Yes.
JAVIK,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Crosby,
Yes.
Roman,
Yes.
Strano,
Yes.
Blaine,
Yes.
Medina,
Yes.
Mrs. Hickey,
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis.
Yes. Okay, consent agenda items number 1 through 3. All items listed with asterisks are considered to be routine by the city council and will be enacted with one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a council member so requests. Okay, does any of the council members wish to remove an item on the consent agenda? Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to make a motion to accept the consent agenda items 1 through 3 and ask for a second, please.
Second. Council President, we could speak to these
Councilman Roman?
Thank you, Council President. I just want to point out, number 3 on this consent agenda is the people that are employees that are retiring. Both Carolyn Fries, George Kuhn at the fire department, and Deputy Chief Kenneth and Kevin McLeichek. Both of them McLeichek and really, honestly, Kevin's son is a sergeant now, Adam. Really great family, 6-Ward family. I wish them the best of luck. I'm not sure that now this son's a sergeant that he didn't want to be bossed around by the son no more, but they got 30-some years each in this pension and in the city, working for the city. So I just want to congratulate them, as well as George Kuhn, our deputy fire chief, and Carolyn Fries, who was in the city for a very long time and was a dear friend. So I just want to call them out. Thank
Okay, we have a motion and a second on the floor. We have a roll call.
Mrs. Ormond,
Yes.
JAVIK,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Crosby,
Yes.
Roman,
Yes.
Strano,
Yes.
Blaine,
Yes.
Medina,
Yes.
Hickey,
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis.
Yes. Okay, we're going to move on to committee reports and comments from members of the governing body. This evening, I'm going to start with Ward 5. Councilwoman Cosby's having some technical issues, so she asked if she could possibly go first this evening. So, Councilwoman Cosby.
I appreciate that, Council President. Thank you.
Hold on 1 minute. Could you speak again, Councilwoman? I want to make sure they hear you.
I said I appreciate that.
Can the council members hear her? Okay, go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. I will make it a quick board update because, number one, my internet is unstable. I don't know what's happening tonight. I have my phone still going, so I apologize for the inconvenience, and Xfinity stuck. So the 5th Ward community meeting is scheduled for December 17th at 6:30 p.m. It will be online. If you would like to have the link, email rcosby@linden-nj.org or call 908-718-7933. If you're calling any other number for me for council business, I'm not sure I'm getting the messages. So this is the only number, 908-718-7933, that is used for city business. Ordinance number 6455, which we all just passed, will make Alexander a one-way from Bill to St. George's. In about 2 weeks, the signs will be installed, so please be guided accordingly. I'll be dropping off leaf bags this weekend. If you need any, just give me a call. Also, this weekend, school number 4 is having a clothing drive in the front parking lot from 9 until 12, I believe. It's in the front parking lot, but it's all clothing. It's not going to be shredded, and it's a fundraiser for the school's PTO. I want to just say congratulations to New Jersey. You all voted to allow for recreational marijuana, and I'd like to just inform some of the masses about what they actually voted for. Senator Rice from the 28th District in Newark has been working for a number of years on many social justice and criminal justice reforms, and the legalization of marijuana has been floated around for a number of years. So I have right here a letter that he sent to the initial sponsors, Senator Sweeney and Senator Scutari. And I also have a copy of the proposed legislation, which is Senate Bill S-2535. And at the committee meeting, Senator Scutari is going to be there to speak to this as well as other matters related to District 22. But this is really, really important. So the statement here, and Council President, let me know when I'm running out of time, because I agreed to my 5 minutes. I just want to just call out some of the time points, because just because the question was approved does not mean marijuana is legal right now in the state of New Jersey. And you'll hear other people at state offices claim that they want to do this, that, and the other thing to eliminate, the crime that is marijuana, a minimal charge. Senator Rice has been doing this for years. And so I'm hopeful that this, will be approved, and also have some additional amendments too for folks who don't want to indulge in the regulated marijuana. So the statement is the bill will provide for various social justice reforms, some based on criminal justice and others based on civil justice, which will reduce the legal consequences associated with certain marijuana and hashish offenses, as well as raise awareness of the availability of expungement relief. This is overdue. So I'm just going to skip around. The bill would retain as a crime of a third degree the distribution of less than 5 pounds of marijuana. It would be regraded the distribution of lesser amounts of marijuana and hashish. As you go through, this is what I thought was awesome. Using or being under the influence of marijuana or hashish, or failing to voluntarily deliver such to law enforcement, which are both currently disorderly persons offenses, up to 6 months in jail or a $1,000 fine, would no longer be illegal act, and thus would be no legal consequences. This is important because right now, even with the legislation or the question being approved, it's still illegal. If you are under the influence, or in this bill that they're proposing, a police officer could no longer use the excuse that they smell marijuana as probable cause to search you, or that could lead to any other fines or imprisonment. So this is really interesting. This is really important. It's really overdue. So please, if you can, tune in on the 17th. But also, if you want a copy of this so you can read it at your leisure in its entirety, I'm happy to distribute it to whomever is interested. I'd like to just say the health department has flu shots. If anybody still needs a flu shot, they'll come out to your car if you call the Board of Health. And I want to wish the city of Linden health. And during Thanksgiving, just have a good Thanksgiving, everybody. And just concludes my prayer.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Okay, Councilwoman Ormond.
Thank you, Council President. I'm going to start off with my traffic report with the collections. So we submitted to the financial report for the Division of Transportation and Parking for the month of October. The report includes the collection of on and off-street parking, meters, railroads, parking lots, railroad parking permits, and merchant parking permits. The Trenton side, $1,239. The New York side collection, $557.25. Railroad credit card transactions, $11,433.87. Railroad permits, $152. Online railroad permits, $1,452. Parking meter collections, $13,617.90. Merchant permits, $107, for a grand total of $28,559.02. Okay, the next report that I'm going to read will be Budget Review and Finance Report. Approval is requested for the following finance actions: the payment of bills totaling $2,013,159.53. Bills have been signed by the mayor, council president, and finance chairwoman, and a detailed check register and vouchers are on file in the clerk's office. We are in receipt of the investments made by the city treasurer for the month of October at the rate of 0.20%. And I move for approval and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond,
Yes.
JAVIK,
Yes.
Mohammed, Mr. Mohammed,
Yes.
Cosby,
No.
Roman,
Yes.
Strano,
Yes.
Blaine,
Yes.
Medina,
Yes.
Hickey,
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis.
Yes.
Okay, let me finish with my report. First of all, I'd like to just give a special thank you to all the First Ward residents who participated in the general election. I was quite impressed with the numbers that came out, not only in the First Ward, but throughout the city of Linden. And I'm not going to make any statements as to different winners, because I'm going to wait till all the official results are in. But for those that ran unopposed, like Councilwoman Hickey, et cetera, congratulations, because we already know that, that you guys are winners. But I will wait till next month till all of the official numbers are in. We are still working on water main repairs and replacement in the First Ward. It's still a work in progress. The streets are a mess. There's equipment all over the place. But once again, we're just asking patience, because the results are going to be long-term. The inconvenience is going to be short-term. I have leaf bags if anyone in the ward needs them. Just please remember that if you choose not to bag your leaves and you want to blow them to the curb, please leave them in a pile, and please try very hard not to blow them into the catch basins, or as we call them, our drainage or our sewers. It creates just 10 times more problems from blowing them in there. The rain cannot drain off properly. It's just not a good thing. Last year, the First Ward did a craft make and take for Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and Christmas. This year, due to COVID, we're going to be unable to do the same type of activity. But on December 17th, which is a Thursday night, and on Saturday afternoon, the 19th, we're going to do a craft. I'm going to call it a grab and go. There will be little prepackaged crafts, Christmas ornaments, Kwanzaa ornaments, Hanukkah ornaments, so many different things. They'll be equipped with glitter, markers, little bottle of glue, and like I said, an ornament that you can take. I'm asking the parents to register with me at LORMON@linden-nj.org with your child's name and how many children will be attending. I'm then going to ask for each parent to take a picture of their children's ornament and send it to me so we can put it up on the city gallery so all of our children could be acknowledged for their creativity. Okay, also, I would like to encourage all of the people in the First Ward, if you have cameras, to become a part of our virtual watch. We had an incident in our neighborhood, wee hours of the morning, and I got a knock on my door from a detective asking if I'd be able to download part of my footage to see what they can find. There's 3 or 4 families on my block. And I think it's a wonderful thing because we may be able to catch or apprehend a suspect in a burglary. So I'm encouraging you that if you do have the cameras, please participate in the virtual watch. Or if you don't have them, it's a great thing for you to have just for the overall safety. And then last but not least, I want to commend our fire department. They delivered a baby in the first ward on election day. We're making arrangements right now for the fire department, for our heroes, as I'm calling them, to meet the beautiful baby and her family. And we're going to contact a local source and also Life in Linden, so everybody can know what a wonderful job that our team did. And as for the record, we can tell you right now, she's not named Donald, she's not named and she's not named Mike. She's a little girl and her name is Deborah. So we are excited for that family, excited for the new mom. And like I said, so proud of our trained EMS and our trained fire department who delivered the baby. That pretty much ends my report. Feel free to reach out to me, 908-370-6482 or LORMON@linden-nj.org if you have any questions or concerns. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman JAVICK.
Yes, Council President. First, we have street light installation. I want to make a motion for approval of an installation of a street light at the following location and request a second. Pole number 64484, located on Stone Place.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond,
Yes.
JAVICK,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Cosby.
This is on a street light.
This is on a streetlight installation, Mrs. Cosby. Roman, Strano,
Yes.
Blaine,
Yes.
Medina,
Yes.
Hickey,
Yes.
Mrs. Yamakitis.
Yes.
Okay, continuing, the next thing would be for a donation acceptance. This is for the fire department. I make a motion for the approval of the acceptance of a donation in the amount of $100 made to the Linden Fire Department from Mr. Frank Stiles, and request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond,
Yes.
JAVICK,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Cosby.
What is this for?
Donation of $100 to the fire department.
Yes.
Roman,
Yes.
Strano,
Yes.
Blaine,
Yes.
Medina,
Yes.
Hickey,
Yes.
Mrs. Yamakitis.
Yes.
Okay. As chairman of the fire committee, the Fire Prevention Bureau collected the following monies during the month of October 2020, a total of $8,584.16. Regarding the Linden Fire Department ambulance billing, the amount of $61,489.37 for October 2020, and added to the total deposits for 2020 totaling $603,714. Good evening, everyone. First, I just want to congratulate everyone who participated in our democratic process. It's all of you that make America great. As you may noticed, we have started in the second ward. Well, actually, you noticed that we have started actually decorating our uptown for the holidays. We're already getting great feedback from our business owners about the white lights on the trees. And they're even asking us if we can put them on year round. Our SID director assures me this year will truly be a sensation. Look for our downtown this holiday season. The second ward, paving work will continue as the weather holds up. And in the spring, West Elm Street will be the largest paving project to be completed. Leaves are now falling, and anyone needing leaf bags, please contact me. Little notice from our Shade Tree Commission. They would like me to remind you to go to the city website under their page regarding a new invasive. Okay, I'll repeat that.
Muted, sorry.
Commission would like to remind you to go to the city website regarding a new invasive species called the spotted lantern fly that has come to this area and is.
Okay, all right.
The page will tell you what to look for and prevent. Also, as a reminder from the Board of Health, the flu shot program is still available. For information, call 908-474-8409. And with an uptick in the COVID cases, as always, I wish everyone to be safe, be healthy, be responsible. And I can be reached at 908-494. Or email me at bjavick@linden-newjersey.org. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and Council President, end of report.
Thank you, Councilman JAVIK.
Unmute yourself.
Okay, we're going to move on to Councilman Mohammed.
Good
Floor
evening,
report.
Council President. Thank you. I'd first like to give a report on the paving in the 4th Ward. It is continuing throughout the 4th Ward. For some of the paving is due to the utilities and the work that they've done. Some of that work is continuing and will continue to do. Number 2, in the area of the violence that we have had out the city, we're now working with various clergy people, and we probably, I have a meeting Thursday, private meeting with some clergy person. We should probably be announcing very soon a meeting to be held at one of the local churches where a clergyman has shown concern. We're addressing this, and we'll continue to address this problem. And I thank you also. I'd like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Again, I just thank everybody for voting, and I especially like to thank my resident of the 4th Ward that showed up and showed out, voting overwhelmingly, that showed our citizenship, and actually to prove that what has happened for the people who have made all these great efforts. And I happen to thank God that I was a part of that army of people, to register people to vote when the registration was actually impossible. But people have stood up for America, to make America great. And I think the citizens of America, and especially thank the people of the 4th Ward for the wonderful job. I also like to say I share the sentiment of our council person, my neighboring council person from the 5th Ward. I have never been for the legalization of marijuana, and I certainly am for the decriminalization and the expungement. So if we're going to have people making money off marijuana, I don't see why we shouldn't have Senator Rice's bill supported. So, Councilwoman, I applaud you in your effort, and not to, you have spoken for me quite eloquently, less eloquent than I could speak. But continue the good work. Please give Senator Rice my regards, and I support you in your effort and applaud you. Thank you again. Thank you. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilman Mohammed. Okay, Councilman Roman.
Thank you, Council President. Good evening, everyone. I just want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. In regards to the election results, I want to officially thank the 6th Ward for re-electing me and giving me the honor to serve on City Council for another 3 years. I want to congratulate the entire council who was re-elected, Councilman Mohammed, Councilman Blaine, and my personal favorite, Councilwoman Hickey, on their resounding victories. In the 6th Ward, we've had some trees that have been damaged by Tropical Storm Isaias that we're working with Amtrak to fix. Just asking everyone to be patient. If you have issues with an Amtrak property, they are going to get to it. Sidewalks, as I reported last month, the sidewalk contract has been delayed. It doesn't look like the sidewalks, as per the normal contract, will get done until the spring. Please be patient. And, you know, here to make sure, Mr. Mayor, I don't know what I said was funny, but okay. Put me here to make sure that you get your bang for your buck, and these sidewalks will get done, and that's why I'm here. I will make sure of it. In regards to trees, with the cut of the big tree on Stimson and Woodlawn that's been dead for a while, there is literally one dead tree left in the 6th Ward. So becoming councilman, and I remind you guys of this constantly, taking over 30 to 40 absolutely decrepit dead trees out of this ward. It's time we put some back. So please call or text me immediately if you would like a tree. I have a small list, and I'll be finalizing it tomorrow with Jeff Tandle. 908-494-5784 tonight. Tomorrow, text me in regards to the trees. St. George's Pharmacy, which has locations both on St. George and Northwood Avenue, always does this Thanksgiving dinner for the community. COVID-19, with its second wave well underway, it's not going to be the normal dinner that they do. However, it will be like a drop-off. So if you're interested in taking part in that, helping them, if you'd like to sign up, please just go for more information to www.stgeorgesrx.com, stgeorgesrx.com. Get more information about that. Road work, the widening of South Style Street at 1 and 9 is nearly complete. This is literally 10 years in the making. When they first struck the deal for Walmart 12 years ago, it got held up in court. Finally, that this is happening. It is literally widening like 3 or 4 lanes over there. More road work is to come on West Munsell will be paved, and West Linden Avenue will be paved in the immediate future. I just want to kind of have a personal note. 2 things, the 2 final things, Council President. The Associated Humane Society recently came under fire again for the treatment of a dog that they had in their possession. That came in with mild injuries and was found in their care totally emaciated and starved. I am grossly upset with Associated Humane Society, the way they've been, again, for the mistreatment of animals. I would like to remind the citizens in this council that we give them, I believe, $90,000 a year to do our animal services. I'm happy to find out that Associated Humane Society hired the person that was responsible for this. However, without them hiring specifically someone that is going to do the job right, I think the city of Linden should specifically look to Elizabeth or somewhere else to do our animal control going forward. They cannot continue to get our money and get our taxpayers' money and treat animals in this manner. Just a final thing in regards to COVID-19. Last month, I came to City Hall for the council meeting on Tuesday, weeks ago. And on Friday, I was contact traced and told that I had been exposed to COVID-19. The day after, I tested positive, and I have been a rough 3 weeks, I'll tell you that much. I'm 32 years old. I'm so happy and gracious that I didn't spread it to anyone. Everyone that I was in contact with those couple days did not get it. But it wasn't easy. I had a bit of a pneumonia from it. I have autoimmune disease. It took a toll on me, and I think that we need, all of us really need to start taking care of each other, of the seniors around us in regards to this. We are having a huge increase 30 to 40 new cases every single day here in the city of Linden. A sixth warder died last week. 19-year-old daughter, wife. I haven't even been able to contact them yet because I didn't want to go see the family, even though I've been clear for about 7 days now. But I'm asking the city of Linden, wear masks when you go out. Be careful and limit your contact with others, especially those that may be susceptible to this disease. So with that, Council President, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilman Roman. Okay, Councilman Strano?
Thank you, Council President. Good evening, everybody. I'll start off with the personnel report. The number one in the police department is A, the promotion of Detective Timothy Hubert to police sergeant at the annual salary of $108,000 that will be effective December 1st of 2020. B is the appointment of Kevin Shackleton as a SLEO 3 at $30 an hour effective December 1st of 2020, pending the successful completion of the pre-employment requirements. C is the appointment of Beverly Stokes as Clerk 1 at the annual salary of $34,548, effective November 16th, pending the successful completion of all employment requirements. D is the permission to begin the background checks for 3 police officer recruits from the attached list. E is a permission to repost for 1 full-time clerk, both internally and externally. Item 2, in the fire department, A is the promotion of Brian Costrate to the rank of Deputy Fire Chief at the annual salary of $150,960 effective December 1st of 2020. Promotion of Joseph Stanley to the rank of Fire Captain at the annual salary of $124,000 effective December 1st of 2020. C is the promotion of Scott Sulsky to the rank of Fire Lieutenant at the annual salary of $108,000 effective December 1st of 2020. 3, in the municipal court, A is a permission to post for 1 full-time clerk, both internally and externally. B is permission to repost for 3 part-time clerk, 1 both internally and externally. And C is the approval of a $5,000 adjustment to Lindsay Parker effective November 11th for the increased duties in the position of acting court administrator. 4 is the Department of Community Services. In our Division of Public Works, it's a correction to the rate for Daniel Kroc, the sanitation truck driver / automated truck, tier 2 at the rate of $23.50 an hour, and effective October 21st of 2020. It's the appointment of Eddie Salas Jr. as a laborer, laborer 1, tier 2 at the rate of $15 an hour, effective December 1st of 2020, pending the successful completion of all pre-employment requirements. It is the appointment of Elijah Myers as a laborer 1, tier 2 at the rate of $15 an hour, and that's effective December 1st, 2020, pending the successful completion of all pre-employment requirements. D is the appointment of Christopher Hunter, truck driver, tier 2 at the rate of $21 an hour, effective December 1st, 2020, pending successful completion of all the pre-employment requirements. D is the approval of the seasonal list that's on file in the city clerk's office. Is amending the hiring date of Kiara Smith, laborer 1, tier 2 to November 9th of 2020. In the Division of Buildings and Grounds, A is the permission to post for a full-time mason / senior carpenter, tier 2 at a salary range of $25.50 to $35.50 an hour. In the Division of Transportation and Parking is the promotion of Janoris Robinson to senior traffic maintenance worker, tier 2, $1.75 an hour, and that's effective November 11th of 2020. 5 is in personnel, the approval of the requested FMLA and JFMLA leaves that are on file in the Division of Personnel. I move for approval and I request a second.
Can we have a
Second.
Mrs. Ormond,
Yeah.
Ms. JAVICK,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Cosby,
No.
I abstain.
Roman,
I'm going to vote yes for all except for the police. Begin background checks on 3 officer recruits. I was told we can't afford more than 3 police recruits. I think that's crazy considering how much crime we have going on in the city. I'm not voting for that. There should be 7 or 8 on there. We should find the money. We're going to have raises to random people. That's indeed the problem. So I'm voting no on the 3 because there should be more. Thank you, Mr. Clerk.
Strano,
Yes.
Blaine,
Yes.
Medina,
Absolutely, yes.
Hickey,
Yes.
Mrs. Yamakitis.
Yes. Okay, go ahead, Councilman Strano.
Thank you, Council President. Further on, we're going to have some road work that's going to be conducted on Lower Road, which is a main artery for a lot of vehicular traffic, both truck traffic and automobiles, people that are residents that travel that way to work, etc. What's happening is there are a set of underground product lines that belong to the refinery that go under Lower Road. And those pipes have they've been there as long as I can remember. They're going to be replaced, and it's going to require an open excavation of the roadway. So I've got notification the police department is coordinating with Phillips 66. And what's going to happen is that there'll be 2 lanes of traffic. Will be alternating 1 lane in each direction, which is already commenced as of November 1st at the area near Buckeye Pipeline. And the second part of that project is right next to the dog park where the pipeline runs from Southwood Avenue, daylights across that right away, and then goes underground and merges right at the where the rail rack is for the offloading of the crude oil. And there will be 3 weekends where the road will be closed completely and detour routes. Those the closure will be from Friday afternoon to Monday morning. And like I said, there'll be a detour route provided. The weekend road closures are currently projected in late November, late December, mid-January. Specific closure dates will be communicated via Nixle. And at this time, the closure weekends are scheduled to occur. And of course, this is just preliminary. This isn't set in stone. Weather plays a factor when you're doing this kind of work. The first one will be November 21st to the 23rd. Second one is scheduled for December 18th to the 21st. And the last one will be January 15th to the 18th. There's also a notice here that says if you want to sign up for Linden Nixle system, you can text 07036 to 888-777. I've never done that before. I'm on Nixle Alert, but I'm not familiar with the process. That's that. I want to make a comment about Ordinance 6455. That's the one-way street that we're going to see how this works out for West 15th Street from Stiles to Wood Avenue. I have my doubts about how well this is going to work, but it seems that between the traffic department and the residents that live there, that they wanted a one-way for the entire length. My fears are that it's going to turn into a speedway, but in any case, if it doesn't work out, we can always rescind this ordinance. So it's a pilot program, in my opinion, right now. Secondly, or thirdly, I want to mention the leaf bags. I noticed in my walks around my ward that some people are putting leaf bags in plastic bags. Those bags will not be collected. Residents have to know this. They have to be in biodegradable bags, i.e. paper bags. All the council people have these bags available. You could also get it from the DPW, and I believe there's some at the recycle center where people drop off their recycling. I think there's a a small supply there as well. You can also place, again, you can place your leaves in a container, an open container at the curb for collection on the days that will be collected. There is a schedule. That schedule is not set in stone. If you pile your leaves out there and you expect them to be picked up the next day, that's not going to happen. You can go online and see what the schedule is, or proposed schedule. Again, weather and availability of equipment that has a tendency to break down at the worst time can play havoc on that schedule. On a sad note, another city employee who is a 7th Ward resident, and he was recently retired. He was a fixture at DPW. We lost Frank Chamberlain at a young age. Poor guy didn't get a chance to enjoy much of his retirement. Right on Clinton Street. Probably, I believe, is a lifelong resident there. Lives there with his brother Mike, who's also a DPW employee. And I just want to let him know that my condolences go out to the family. Frank was a fixture at DPW for well over 30 years. I'd like to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and I'm going to conclude my report on that note. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you, Councilman. Okay, Councilman Blaine?
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I just want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving, and may you embrace what the day really is meant to be. I want to congratulate everyone in America who's turned out for the national election as well as the general election. We've never seen this amount of people come together and really support and just participate in the political process. So we're very proud of that. But I also encourage everyone to understand and have a little empathy with the other side. It's not time to gloat. It's time for us all to just come together in unity and let's work our problems together. And I mean that even as well as we are concerned here in the city of Linden. It's time to stop the bickering and let's see how we can work together to move this city forward. As chairman of Parks and Recreation, not a lot has been going on because, as you know, we've been in the COVID season for quite some time, and I know everyone's getting cabin fever and a little bit tired, but I encourage you to less persevere. Let's continue to be cognizant of wearing masks and washing our hands, do our due diligence. If it's not about protecting yourself, but you're protecting others as well. I mean, when you wear that mask, it's not a political statement. Understand you're protecting your family. So I say that to say in Parks and Recreation, there hasn't been a lot of activity going on, but we do have some classes that are being broadcast online on TV 36, and I just want to mention a couple of them. We have Grapevine Snowman Wreath Arts and Craft on November 19th at 10 a.m. It's a good program. If you have nothing else to do and you want to be creative, tune in. That's November 19th at 10 a.m. Also, the creation of the Supreme Court. So those of us who don't understand the judicial system, you can tune in 2 times in November. That's on the 16th and the 23rd at 1 p.m. on TV 36. And again, on a sad note, because of COVID, the youth soccer league, the Little Kickers, are shut down for 2 weeks because a player and a staff member has tested positive for COVID. So that's shut down for 2 weeks. In terms of the 8th Ward, having walked around, I noticed that there are people that are gathering their leaves and putting them curbside. I just want you to know, although we encourage everyone to bag their leaves, we just like you to know that on Monday, there will be a full crew going around with the leaf loader to get those leaves out the street. So I'm very pleased to announce that. On Allen Street, we have this problem with the sewer blockage. So I'll be working with Dave Martinez to see what type of solution we can come up with to resolve that issue, because it's ongoing and it's happened a couple of times. Sure, the residents over there are quite annoyed and understandably so. To that much, I'll just want to say thank you for everyone who came out and voted for me to represent you in the 8th Ward, and each and every one of you a happy Thanksgiving. Well, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Medina?
Yes, thank you, Council President. Everyone hear me? All
Yeah.
good? All right, thank you, thank you. I think last month we had some connection problems, so I just want to make sure. I do have a short report for the 9th Ward. I just want to have a few notes here. And I just want to give a big shout out and a thanks to DPW for taking care of those stumps that we have from the storm damage. Went out there a few weeks ago. They finally took care of those stumps, got them off the ground, did some infrastructure repair on Palisade and also on DeWitt and Harbor. So I was happy to see that. It's just a temporary repair until we get the contractors out there to the final restoration. When that's happening, I'm not sure. I know we're having issues now for sidewalks, so I just ask folks to just please be patient. We will get to you. Miracle it happens this year, it will happen. If not, then we'll definitely make sure we get it done. Hopefully in the spring of next year. Following that, just the road paving. I know a lot of folks have been asking me about the roads. I know we pushed the roads from 2019 to 2020, and again, things do happen. We have a great engineering team. They do an amazing job, and they have an entire city to take care of. I did receive some sort of an update from our engineer and director, and it looks like we might be seeing some action in the ward before the end of the year. If not, I will definitely keep the folks in the 9th Ward updated. I normally try to get the list of roads out before, so I can at least give a heads up to folks. Hey, I say we're going to be working on this street and whatnot. I just can't provide that to you now because I just don't know. So I will push for a more detailed update, hopefully in the next couple of weeks or so, and then I can post it on our community platform. Just to give you 9th Ward, just an FY, and of course all the drivers as well. Just an FY, we're going to be working on these roads and that. But either way, I'm hoping to have something for you and hoping to see some action before the end of the year, because that's really an exciting time to see improvements in our community, whether it be tree planting, whether it be roads, sidewalks, those an improvement. Because we just, in my opinion, I wish we can get a little bit more, but I can't be too greedy. We have 10 wards and 10 other council people, and then council president. Of course, we got the mayor as well. So we're all asking for something here. Just I also want to touch on the quality of life issues. It is getting loud. It's getting very loud in the 9th Ward, and I also think the 10th Ward as well, because we kind of share the same community. It's getting loud. I go outside. If I try to cut the grass or something, there's always someone just stopping me. Or if I go to the store and constantly just stopping, just talking about the same thing, is getting loud. And I know we're having issues in our city with violent crimes and whatnot, and those are the things that need to be curbed. Things that our police department is focused on. And I'm not trying to downplay the loud mufflers, the modified cars, the ignorant people out there, the inconsiderate people out there. I like to just disrupt the entire community. But we do have some issues in Linden. And our police department is doing an amazing job. And that's what I tell folks. Amazing job. We haven't forgotten about you. I have seen a lot more. This is what I've seen. I live on Rocha Terrace, but I've seen a lot more police presence. The other day, I actually saw a motorcycle unit. I was shocked. I was like, oh my God, I haven't seen one of those in quite a while. So, they're out there. They're keeping all the neighborhoods, communities safe in Linden. I just ask folks to be patient. I know it's a pain in the rear. I know it's such a disturbance. I know it's a pain when it comes to quality of life. So please, I'm not ignoring you. Councilwoman Hickey's not ignoring you. I ask you to be patient. Our police department is stretched thin. I know Councilwoman, more recruits in there. Listen, I'm going to take what I can get now. I would love to see 10 to 15 on there. because we need to increase our complement. We're increasing population in Linden. We have new development in Linden. We have apartment going up in Linden. So we're going to need a lot more police officers to manage whatever comes out of all this development. So we want our cops need to keep us safe and keep everything orderly. So I support these guys 100%. The chiefs are doing an amazing job. His captains, his lieutenants, and sergeants, all great people. And of course, the officers that are in the streets and hitting the pavement hard. So we appreciate them 100% and support them 100%. And of course, I don't want to leave out our fire department. They keep us safe as well, respond to our emergencies and whatnot. So thank you guys for what you do. So I just want to make that note. We're not ignoring the complaints. I'm not ignoring the complaints. I do send it out to the chief. But again, please be patient with us. It's in the butt. You know, we have other issues in the city of Linden that we're trying to curb, eliminate those issues and those threats, and make it safe for everyone. Right? If anyone ever needs to reach me, I'm always available. 908-986-6100. You can text me there, call me, pick up your call. I'll get right back to you. Tell me MEDINA at linden-nj.org. Oh, and I just remember one last thing. I know I've been receiving a ton of complaints about cardboard and not fitting in those cans. Cut them up the best you can, put them in there. Families are in different situations. I don't produce that much cardboard. We produce cardboard. They order everything online. We get it, but you know, work with us and we'll submit them to DPW and see if we can reevaluate or whatnot with the cans. You could buy, you can buy an additional can. The one-time fee of $60. You write the check out, and the guys will bring it out to you in the next collection schedule for your district. So give your council person, myself, a call, and we'll make arrangements to get that over to you. So again, just be patient with the cardboard. The last thing in my reports. So just want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Be safe, enjoy the time with your family, and be thankful for what you have. For council person, thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Medina. Councilwoman Hickey?
Thank you, Council President. I'd like to just step on what Councilman Medina just said. You know, we've been getting a lot of complaints about speeding, loud cars, so forth and so on. The police department has been doing the best that they can, and they're overworked. They're having a really tough time right now. But Chief, I'm looking at you, Chief. You are doing an amazing job with what you have. As you know, back in September, and everyone can say it's way too much, but I did request 24 conservatively police officers to be hired. I know this might be an outrageous number. However, we're all taxpayers. My residents, as well as everyone else's residents, deserve safety, deserve to feel safe in their neighborhood, especially with the taxes that we are paying. We might be saying citywide for 3 years, we've had a 0% increase. However, we've had a little bit of a county increase, and people have to realize that your county taxes go up when we have a lot of redevelopment, and there are monies that need to be spent as far as our county taxes go. I think many received a letter from Freeholder Hudak explaining exactly what's going on. All the residents took time to receive that and read it. I do want to let everybody know that back in September, this has really been bothering me. I'm always on the fence about redevelopment and pilot programs. I believe in pilot programs if it's for warehousing, if it's for things of that sort. I don't agree with pilot programs in apartment buildings and so forth. Now, our city is obviously growing out of its box right now. You know, we have more people coming in, more children, and it's very important that we realize that we're losing a lot of money. You know, we can't even afford to hire the police officers that we absolutely need right now. It may sound so good when we hear all these numbers. Oh, we're getting millions here on development and millions there on development. But you know what? It's not anything if we can only hire 3 police officers. Police officers. You know how that can't even patrol our parks in the city.
That's right.
And you know, it's unfortunate that in September, for an hour, talking to redevelopers who had this beautiful plan for the corner of Elizabeth Avenue and Wood Avenue. And buildings coming in. And they say, you know, they had the finances and everything, which we were never shown. Next month, I get a certified letter stating that these people weren't even to sell the property. They weren't to sell it. You know? So I just keep feeling like the wool is being pulled over our eyes and the taxpayers' eyes when it comes to redevelopment. I don't know what kind of shenanigans are going on, but I do truly believe that there needs to be an investigation in this city on the redevelopment. Our city is breaking, our infrastructure is breaking, our traffic get is at a stop that our ambulance and emergency vehicles can't even get down Wood Avenue. You know, we need to stop putting the cart before the horse. We need to take care of the taxpayers and the things they need moment in time. On that note, so I will be voting no for all future redevelopment, and I really hope we have an investigation into this. And I feel bad if that does happen for all the good people who are really just doing their jobs and what they're told. Our leaves are starting to be picked up next week. Bring them down to your curb, or you have the option to bag them. I do have bags if you need them. Let's see what else we have. Crime, I'm concerned about the speeding cars. I've had many complaints. I don't have any dates of when our paving of our streets is going to start. Hopefully I'll hear from Mr. Pantina or Mr. Kroback soon. Once they get a schedule going, like the other council members said, they have a lot going on. I'm also still waiting regarding the corner of Myrtle and Elmwood from the engineering department. We decided we were going to put up some wood and curving there. So hopefully that'll get taken up soon. Mr. Pantina, you might not know about that. Mr. Kroback does. I'll call you tomorrow about it to confirm and go over.
You can call me anytime, Councilwoman.
Thank you. And I want to thank everybody that went out and voted. I don't even think anybody knew that I was running. I didn't put anything out there, which I was very happy not to run in an election, spend more time with my family and friends. And I received a very big amount of votes, and the residents know I'm always there for them. And congratulations to all the other elected officials in Linden, county, state, country, for elections that were well done. This is lastly, and believe me, Councilman Roman is much too young for me, and plus he has a beautiful girlfriend. But last week I was diagnosed with COVID as well. So I have been at home. I have no idea how I got it. I'm very, very careful. I'm careful at work. My husband and I don't go many places. And, we all need to be very safe. I'm very fortunate I wasn't around my sister who has a very low immune system. My son has tested negative. My husband has had no symptoms. So there's really just no saying on how this all happens. I'm constantly hand sanitizing, wearing masks. I just wish I wasn't so lazy and got a lot more done around my house while I'm home. But I just want everybody to take precautions and be safe, because it's something not to play around with. I want to thank Councilwoman Ormond for her nice words earlier. And I wish everybody the happiest of Thanksgiving. It will be different this year, but keep your closest family close to your hearts and enjoy a small one this year. We can make up for it next year. Have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Mr. Antonelli, you have your hand up?
Yes, thank you, Council President. Just a brief comment about Councilwoman Hickey's comments with regard to the Clark property and the redevelopment that's taking place here in Linden. The letter you received from the gentleman, it's my understanding that the Clark property is owned by a trust where there are multiple beneficiaries or family members of the property. So that letter came from one individual who I don't believe, and it's my understanding, is not the actual owner of the property. It is owned by a trust. That's number one. And number two, the trust is represented by counsel in this transaction. So there is counsel that's representing the trust and therefore representing all the beneficiaries of the trust. And it's just, while I understand the letter came from one of the beneficiaries who obviously does not want to see the property sold, I don't know that he necessarily speaks for everybody in the trust. So that was my only comment.
Thank you, Mr. Antonelli. Okay, before I move on to the mayor, I just want to make mention, Councilman Strano had mentioned the passing of Public Works employee Frank Chamberlain. I would send my deepest condolences to his brother and his aunt. Frank, he retired less than a year ago, and when he retired, I had mentioned he was like the voice of Public Works. He was one of our dispatchers for many, many years, dedicated his life to Public Works. So much so that even one of his requests was to be buried in his Public Works shirt. So again, my deepest condolences to the Chamberlain family. Okay, also I wish the best to our retirees this month: Carolyn Fries, Police Sergeant Kenny Mikolajczyk, Police Officer Kevin Mikolajczyk, and a special shout out to our Deputy Fire Chief, George Kuhn. He's retiring. I served as chair of fire committee for many years, so I really got to know George Kuhn very well as many of the deputy chiefs, so I wish him well in his retirement. Okay, Councilman Strano had also mentioned about the leave bags. Again, all the council members have leave bags. I have them as well. Mayor does. Anybody, any Linden resident, please call your council people or call citywide me or the mayor. We could deliver leaf bags to you. My number is 908-494-0880. And I would be remiss if I did not wish all our veterans in the city of Linden a happy Veterans Day. Tomorrow is Veterans Day. So please, you see a veteran, thank them. If you get an opportunity, take a walk down Wood Avenue. The banners are up. Many of our hometown heroes from Linden, some are still alive, some are deceased. Take a little walk on a nice day and take a look at some of our veterans. You'd be very proud of our heroes that served from the city of Linden. So again, happy Veterans Day and thank you, veterans. Okay, Mayor, I'm going to move on to you.
Thank you, Council President. First, let me thank our counsel, Dan Antonelli, for clarifying the situation with regards to the Clark property. As you mentioned earlier, there the property is in the hands of a trust. That there are several owners in that trust, and clearly a letter that went out certainly doesn't represent the entire family. So thank you for clearing that up. Sometimes people will tend to make commentary and don't have all the facts. And I think it's, again, I'll say this 1,000 times, I think it is incumbent upon us as council members to have the facts and present them as accurately as we possibly can, especially to the public. They need to know what's going on. So that being said, let me move right along. Let me congratulate our newly elected Board of Education members, Jennifer Fleming. Jennifer is a veteran. I'd like to congratulate Malaysia Thomas. She is Jennifer's not only a veteran, she's a parent. I'd like to congratulate Malaysia Thomas, who's a parent and very active in the community. And I'd also like to congratulate Samuel de la Cruz. Samuel is a veteran. So, you know, with that being said, congratulate them on their victory. And I'd like to wish all the veterans in Linden a happy Veterans Day, both present and past veterans. And I think about, you know, this big election that we had a few nights ago and how important it is for us to be able to even engage in such a thing called an election. And it's really just because of men and women who put their lives on the line so that we can be free here in America and express ourselves and to be able to vote. So that's so important. I'm going to segue right into Frank Chamberlain's family and like to extend my condolences to Frank Chamberlain's family. Frank worked with us for many years. You know, if you ever had a problem, you got Frank on the other end. But Frank was dedicated. He worked on weekends. He worked, I think Frank might have spent his entire life down at DPW. He loved his job so much. But he'll be missed, and the Chamberlain family, again, my condolences. Also like to congratulate our newly elected council members or re-elected council members with a special congratulations to Councilman Alfred Mohammed of the 4th Ward, the only one who had opposition. Congratulations, the people in the 4th Ward have spoke, and they will continue to speak. They have often done what was necessary to make sure that the change that we have occurring here in Linden keeps occurring. So thank you to all the residents of the 4th Ward, all the residents of Linden who came out and voted during this election. Moving right along, I'd like to congratulate Carolyn Fries on her retirement and George Kuhn on his retirement. Also, the Mikulakis brothers, Kenneth and Kevin, want to congratulate them. And I've often said that police officers have a lot of power. They have the power not only to arrest, they have the power to influence our citizens and influence young people. Well, Kenneth and Kevin Mikulakis, real guys. I've known them for years. They have a very great demeanor. They were excellent when it came to dealing with the ordinary, common person, people in the public. And, you know, I'm confident that in their dealings with our residents in this town, that they were able to show a kinder, gentler, softer side of the police, of policing, an understanding side of policing. And again, these are just real guys. I mean, they come up in the neighborhood. I've known them for years. And you know, I talk about I work with the father on the sewage authority. He's on the board, and I can say this: the Apple and their mother was very active in town. I'll say these two apples didn't fall too far from the trees that they came from. So they're great guys, and I wish them well in their retirement. Now we move on to some real city business here. We are going to be issuing a citywide RFP for charging stations. And simply because electric cars are here. It's going to be, they're going to be with us, and they're not going anywhere. And we don't have any charging stations to speak of in Linden. And it looks like some of these charging stations may wind up on city-owned property. So therefore, if that would be the case, we would have to have an RFP issued, and it would have to go out to the lowest bidder. That's just law. So look forward to an RFQ being issued in the upcoming months with regards to charging stations. Another thing that we're looking into is we're looking into the possibility of establishing some sort of solar authority. With all the warehousing that's going up and all the new development that's going on in town, there's going to be increasingly, as solar technology improves, the desire to put solar panels on buildings and on these warehouses. So as a municipality, we're going to be looking to see just how we can benefit from this. Maybe there's some sort of way we can get additional credits from the state for reducing the carbon footprint. And that assistance from the state can be transferred into the residential properties. We're not sure, but we're going to start examining what, if anything, we can do as a governing body or municipality with providing some relief and assistance to the citizens through the use of a solar authority. Moving right along, our COVID numbers. The COVID numbers on our website, they're current and they're updated multiple times per day. Now, yesterday there were 33 new cases in Linden, and today there are 36 new cases. There are 345 in Union County today, and there were 4,252 in New Jersey today. These are the highest numbers yet since the second wave began. So, you know, people need to understand that this is serious. And while I'm confident that our scientists and our technology will prevail, that we've heard word already that there's a vaccine. How soon that vaccine gets here is another issue, and who will have access to it is another issue. So I encourage us all to continue to be vigilant as we socially distance, keep your face mask on, and do everything humanly possible to avoid large gatherings. With Thanksgiving coming up, I'd like to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. But you know, this is a time that we should more or less try to stay within the confines of our own families. As much as we'd like to gather and have extended family and friends over for Thanksgiving, this may not be the year. But again, I'm confident going forward that the technology and our scientists are going to lead the way and lead us out of this pandemic. And last, but certainly not least, well, no, not last, but we have leaf bags in the fourth ward, both myself and Councilman ALFRED MOHAMMED. You can call either one of us if you need leaf bags, and we'll make sure that we get them to you. You know, my number is 908-377-6384, or you can call the office here, or you can call Councilman ALFRED MOHAMMED, who's 908-463-4843. Now I'll go last, but certainly not least. Myself, Mayor Derek Armstead, the Mayor's Youth Commission, we're proudly hosting a Thanksgiving meal giveaway. We're going to be giving free turkeys and Thanksgiving meals for 100 families. I'm also proud to announce that Capitaglia Properties has joined us in our efforts to disseminate these turkeys. So I believe there's going to be more than 100 families who are going to receive turkeys. So that will be myself, Capitaglia Properties, the Mayor's Office of Constituent Services, Super Fresh and ShopRite and Walmart are joining us in our efforts. You can register by going to bit.ly/Linden 2020 thanks, and it must be done by November 20th. The turkeys will be given out, or the turkeys and food will be given out at the John T. Gregorio Rec Center at 330 Helen Street on Monday, November 23rd from 2:30 p.m. until 7:30 p.m. Proof of Linden residency is required. So again, we're looking forward to being able to help those who are less fortunate than us. So, that being said, that concludes my reports, ladies and gentlemen. And again, everybody have a healthy and happy Thanksgiving.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Okay, we're going to move on to the resolutions. We have resolutions 2020-323 through 2020-338. Can we have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the resolutions 323 through
Oh, it's
39.
339.
339. All right, we have one extra on.
Second.
Councilman Roman seconded it.
Mrs. Ormond? Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Or anything, John? No.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes. JAVICK?
Yes.
Mohammed? Mr. Mohammed? Crosby?
I'm going to abstain on 323, 324, 32. I'm going to vote no for 333 and 338, and yes to the rest.
Roman?
We'll vote no on 324 and 332, and yes to the rest.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes to all, and I'm going to abstain on 324.
Mrs. Yamikaitis?
Yes. Okay, we're going to move on to ordinances for first reading, for introduction. Yeah.
I can take my phone and go. Okay.
Okay, we'll start with ordinance 6456.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden that Section 1, Chapter 7 Traffic shall be, and the same is hereby amended as follows: 7-33 handicap parking regulations, 7-33.1A handicap parking on street. Add 556 East Elm Street, 1 space, 42 West 12th Street, 1 space, and delete 25 Cedar Avenue, 1 space.
Okay, can we have a motion to introduce ordinance 6456?
Council President, I'd like to make a motion to introduce ordinance 6456 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormon,
Yes.
JAVIK,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Cosby,
Yes.
Roman,
Yes.
Strano,
Yes.
Blaine,
Yes.
Medina,
Yes.
Hickey,
Yes.
Mrs. Yamakaitis.
Yes. Ordinance 6457.
An ordinance to amend an ordinance entitled, an ordinance establishing a schedule of titles, salary ranges, and regulations for maintaining the classification and salary standardization plan of all employees of the City of Linden, passed August 15th, 1995, and approved August 16th, 1995, adding Schedule 008.
Okay, can we have a motion to introduce ordinance 6457?
Council President, I move ordinance 6457 for introduction. I request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormon,
Yes.
Mr. JAVIK,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Cosby,
No.
Roman,
Yes.
Strano,
Yes.
Blaine,
Yes.
Medina,
Yes.
Hickey,
Yes.
Mrs. Yamakaitis.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna move on to the public comment portion of the meeting for the public in attendance on city business only. No personal, political, or derogatory comments, not to exceed 3 minutes. Members of the public who may be attending are on mute until this portion of the meeting. If you wish to be recognized, please use the raised hand icon in the program to identify yourself. You will then give your name and address as at any council meeting. Failure to do so will result in your being muted and not recognized further. If you are registered more than once, you will only be recognized to speak 1 time under your first registration, as with any council meeting. When public comment is opened, the ability to register will be closed. Okay, please use your raised hand icon if you wish to speak. Please use the raised hand icon. Okay. Okay, we'll start with Zakia. Please state your name and address for the record. I don't know. It looked like she left the meeting, or he left the meeting.
All right, go to Joe Birch.
Okay, Joseph Birch. Please unmute yourself. There you go.
Hi, good evening. Joseph Birch, 65 Beechwood Road, Linden, New Jersey, 07036. Called tonight just on behalf of the Linden Police Superior Officers Association. Just want to begin by number one, also is addressed by many members of the council. Rest in peace, Frank Chamberlain. Met Frank many years ago through our time here in the city. Heartfelt thoughts go out to him or to his family at this point. Also like to say, most importantly, thanks to our veterans, those who are serving, those who have served, those who paid the ultimate sacrifice. You're what makes this country great. And the members of the Linden Police Superior Officers Association do not forget you and thank you for your service. like to thank Kenny and Kevin Mikolajczyk for their years of dedication here to the Linden Police Department. You'll definitely be missed. Definitely have some big shoes to fill. Congratulations to Detective Hubert being promoted this evening to the rank of sergeant. Thank you to the council for making that happen. We'd like to thank you for filling these vacancies without delay. When I speak about delay, I would just like to thank the members of the governing body who reached out to me in regards to some of the recent emails I sent. Without pointing fingers, I would just like to address the member of the governing body who told me that I should be thankful to still have a job and that I was not laid off. To that member of the governing body, I just want you to know that I don't believe I'm speaking only for myself when they say that the members of the Linden Police Superior Officers Association, we are thankful. We are men and women of honor. We are professional. We are dedicated. But most of all, we are not fools. Since June, the members of the Linden Police Superior Officers Association have been given the runaround in regards to dates as to when we should expect what is contractually owed to us. Nothing more, nothing less. Just what is owed to us as a result of the negotiations process. I'm sure it'll take an open mind on behalf of some of our governing officials, some of our department heads, some schedule changes, just to get done, just to receive what is ultimately owed to us. That is all we're asking for. Nothing more, nothing less. I'd like to thank you for your time. Lastly, just like to wish my daughter Kelly happy birthday for sharing this day with us, or allowing me to share these few minutes this evening. Thank you for your time. Good night.
Thank you. Okay, Zakia, please state your name and address for the record.
Good evening. My name is Zakia Brown. I live at 214 Chandler Avenue, apartment 2. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I was actually, this is my first city council meeting that I've attended, and I want to say one happy Thanksgiving. Moving forward, I've been living in the city of Linden since about 2013, and I like the city. I have nothing but great things for myself. So, but my question is in reference to postings for jobs. I see that they're on the Linden website, but a lot of times there's no other place, so we don't see them until after they've already closed. And then also in reference to that, once they're closed, I do understand that the jobs have to be approved, or it would be in the city council meetings. And there's a job in particular that I haven't seen that has been it's still vacant in reference as a, if I'm looking at just the city council meeting and the minutes and the notes, it's still vacant. How would someone apply for a job where the posting is necessarily closed, but it's still vacant? I think that's the only question I have.
Once the posting is closed, that's it. Okay, so I would suggest if you could watch, the city website for those postings. They get posted regularly whenever they are posted, and they're posted on the civil service website, correct, Mr. Bodek?
No, they're not. That's not true. Because the jobs that are posted now, the jobs that are on the website now are not on the civil service.
Okay. Well, my suggestion would be to watch the city website. Also reach out to your councilman.
I don't even know who my councilman is.
It's Councilman Blaine, okay? And I'm
Okay.
sure he will let you know when we have some postings, or you can reach out to me as well. My number is 908-494-0880. If you send me your contact information, I'll let you know when jobs are posted, okay?
Can you give me the number again? 494?
0880.
0880. And
Correct.
is there a way, I think that again, just being on the city's website, it may not be advantageous. It's not, it's not, there's not a place where you post it, like you have to search for it. So even if, I don't know, there has to be some way that there's an alert, particularly for the constituents of Linden so that they can see it in a timely fashion.
Okay. I can tell you they are reworking some things on the city website, so we'll see what we could do with that. All right, but reach out to me, and if I can help you in any way, let you know, I will let you. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
Okay. Anyone else, Charlie? Okay. Anybody else on the? Okay, does anybody else from the public wish to speak at this time? Okay, seeing none, we're going to close the public comment portion of the meeting. I'm going to move on to comments from members of the governing body. Okay, can I have a motion to close the public?
Motion to close the public meeting.
Second.
Second.
Jeez.
Mrs. Ormond,
Yes.
JAVIK,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Cosby,
Yeah.
Roman,
Yes.
Strano,
Yes.
Blaine,
Yes.
Medina,
Yes.
Hickey,
Yes.
Mrs. Yamakotis.
Yes. Okay, I know two of the council members have their hands up. Anybody that wishes to be acknowledged from the council, please use your raised hand icon. I'm going to start with Councilwoman Cosby.
Thank you. I don't know if you're still here, Zakia, but thank you for your comment. I also post the jobs actually in 2011. That was one of the first initiatives that I took to make sure that all the jobs were publicly advertised. What should be our entry-level positions so they don't end up on civil service. Nevertheless, I have a list right now in my email of what was voted on tonight to be published. So if you want to send an email, you can go on Facebook or send an email to rcosby@linden-nj.org. I share my information with everybody. It's not just for the people in Fifth Ward, because I feel like everybody needs an equal opportunity to be employed in the city of Linden. I also wanted to wish our veterans thank you, and to the veteran families as well for your service.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Okay, Councilwoman Hickey?
Thank you, Council President. Yes, happy Veterans Day to all those that have served. Boy, until my son was in the Army, I never had a feeling like this before as I do this Veterans Day moving forward. Mikolajczyk's brothers, my gosh, I was so sorry to see your name on the personnel report. You've certainly been an asset to the city. You've really been appreciated, and I really don't know what our department is going to do without you. Congratulations to the fire department, all the promotions there. I'm happy to see those. To Sergeant Birch, who called in earlier, I want you to know that I had a long discussion in executive session. I find it very unfortunate that you of all people would have been told that about lucky to have a job. You are certainly an asset to our police department and to our city and residents. Joe Birch is a man that serves meals and doesn't even want anybody to know and doesn't need a pat on the back. So if you're going through this, Joe, and I hope after our discussion in executive session, these issues will certainly be resolved immediately. And thank you for all your work, Joe. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Blaine.
I just want to extend my to the young lady who called in from Chandler Avenue. She can also reach me at 908-612-8995, and I'll be glad to walk her through the hiring process in Linden.
Okay, thank you, Councilman. Okay, Councilman Strano.
Thank you, Council President. I'd be remiss if I didn't congratulate the police and fire on their promotions as well. And I'd also like to extend my congratulations to the recent retirements for Carolyn, George, Kenny, and yeah, they're part of the Linden family. God bless them and Godspeed, and wish them well in their futures. And I hope they get many, many years to enjoy their retirement. They certainly deserve it. I'd also like to extend my thanks to all the veterans that are currently that have served and those that are serving. I hope they have a great day tomorrow. And also my congratulations also to all our recent hirees as well.
Thank you, Councilman Strano. Okay, Councilman JAVIK.
Yes, Council President. In regards to the earlier comments by Councilman Roman, in regards to the Humane Society, I just want to let everybody know I was trying to lobby the county to get a facility at the old juvenile detention center, which would have been great for us to have that here and, for the county to be involved in it. But to no avail, they choose to use the facility for something else. So unfortunately, we have to use what's available to us right now. So that's an unfortunate incident with the animals that he mentioned. And to all the veterans, I just wish you a happy Veterans Day.
Okay, thank you, Councilman. Yes, actually, lobbying the county goes back for many years. Back to Sheriff Froelich was promising that we'd get a county animal control facility. So I hope the county will consider that. I know I had been a big proponent with that also. Like you said, we have that juvenile detention center that could possibly be used. So I hope they'll take it into consideration. Okay, Councilman Mohammed?
Yes, thank you, Council President. I neglected to thank the residents of the 4th Ward for their vote, and also thank all the citizens for voting. Also, I neglected to thank the veterans, which I'm a member of, for the great service, and they certainly matter. I get a lot of calls from residents of the 4th Ward needing services, and I just would be neglectful if I didn't thank a person and the DPW that has assisted me, that is the Honorable Jerry Bishop, who's done a wonderful job at facilitating and making sure things are done. And I thank all the city employees, police, fire, all the vital service. Every worker of the city of Linden is vital and very important, and you do matter. And citizenship matters, and also people's integrity matter. I don't think we should go around disparaging people's reputations because we bring in investments to the city. Let us come with a spirit of healing in America, not us come with bashing people. We've heard so much of this. Let's end that. I didn't serve the United States military, United States Navy, reserved to bash anybody, but I served for the whole purpose of seeing the greatest country on earth remain great, and for its citizens to enjoy its benefits, not to engage in bashing people and putting people down. God bless America, God bless Linden, and God bless you, and happy Thanksgiving. Happy Veterans Day.
Thank you, Councilman, and thank you for your service. Okay, Councilman Roman? You had your hand up?
Thank you, Council President. I just wanted to wish the veterans. Today, I saw drove down whatever and saw the new banners. They're great. Shout out to SIDS for that. Happy Veterans Day. Happy Thanksgiving, and please remember to stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Mayor Armstead?
Yes, Council President, thank you once again. I neglected to congratulate the promotion of Brian Costre to the rank of Deputy Fire Chief, the promotion of Joseph Stanley to the rank of Fire Captain, and the promotion of Scott Solsky to the rank of Fire Lieutenant. I also neglected to congratulate the promotion of Detective Timothy Hubert to Police Sergeant. So to all, congratulations. And I'm sure you'll all do very good in your new assignments. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Okay, again, I want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. And I just want to make a request. Reach out to your elderly neighbors. Many of them won't be spending Thanksgiving with their relatives. They're afraid to go out. Many of them are self-quarantining basically because they're home alone. So reach out to them, say hello, wish them a happy Thanksgiving, see if there's anything they need. So please, they're really feeling the pain of a lot of this being shut in, okay? Well, as many of the parents, I know with the virtual learning, they're very, very challenged. So, these are tough times we're going through, but if we all remain vigilant, wear our masks. Hopefully, in the new year, we'll be going back to what it was our normal. So again, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. And I want to announce that the following council meetings will be council conference meeting Monday, December 14th at 6 p.m. in the council conference room, City Hall. Council conference meeting prior to the council meeting on Tuesday, December 15th at 6 p.m. in the council conference room at City Hall. And the council meeting will be Tuesday, December 15th at 7 p.m. in the council chambers. Again, we ask that you please check the city website, linden-nj.org, for directions on how to participate electronically if there is a need for us to continue virtually, which we probably will have to the way we're going on this second curve. So again, I want to thank everybody for their patience in working with us with these virtual meetings. They're not easy. Thanks you to our IT guys. They have the patience of saints dealing with many of our council members trying to get on. So again, thank you guys for all your help. Okay, so I'd like to ask for a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond,
Yes.
JAVIK,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Cosby,
Yes.
Roman,
Aye.
Strano,
Yes.
Blaine,
Yes.
Medina,
Yes.
Hickey,
Yes.
Mrs. Yamakotis.
Yes.